Hello everyone, James here from JVC Paints. Today's video is an update on my non-World War II, non-bolt action projects. But if you're a big fan of World War II and bolt action, don't worry. I've shoehorned some in at the very end, but it's not showcasing in this video. Just wanted to say thank you to everybody who watched the last video and left a comment and a like. I'm kind of overwhelmed. Usually my videos don't do that well, so I was like, wow, this is great. Picked up a whole bunch of new subscribers too, which is fantastic. So the subs that I have that set their subscriptions to public, just want to say thanks. Gareth Evans, Nick Parsons, and Set57. It's very cool of you. Don't worry, World War II has always got a home here on my channel, so if that's what you sub for, no worries. Don't worry about that. It's just you can only paint field gray and like brown so much, so you have to do something different just to sort of keep your mojo going. So, and this is one of those projects. I don't play Napoleonics, so I think this is a battalion. It might be a whole regiment depending on the rules. But basically, I'm painting some Napoleonics just for the uniform practices and as well as for my club. For if we ever meet up again, we have a Napoleonic day. I've got something I can throw down that's my own. Oops, sorry about the camera work there. So yeah, this is the Warlord Games 1809, 1814 line infantry. They're pretty much the same as the ones I did last time. The only difference is I've put them in the winter, sort of black gaiters. Don't think that I know what I'm talking about, because I don't really know that much about Napoleonic uniforms. I've got the broadest idea of the history of the Napoleonic Wars, probably more so than a regular normie, but for like a gamer, not so much. The Colonel is from Perry Miniatures, and I picked this one up in a pack of 3. He was molded to the horse, so it's like a one-piece thing. It's not put together, and it was pretty good. You know, it's the first time I think I've painted a Perry metal in a dog's age. But yeah, it was good. I enjoy painting this guy. There's 2 more to do, but right now the Napoleonic project is kind of, you know, ground to a halt with these guys. So now I've got this this regiment, or this battalion, I guess, and the other one. So I've given you 2. I've got the commander. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, I'm looking to add to this. I was thinking about getting like maybe a battery of guns, maybe 3 cannons, or maybe doing some more infantry. The Warlord Games is kind of disappointing. They don't have any cavalry, but War Games Foundry does. But there's the whole idea of it being expensive and how long is it going to take to get here, etc., etc. But yeah, if you're a Napoleonics guy, I know a few of you are. If you have any suggestions on how I could build up this army, because this is one of these things that I'm just going to sort of add, you know, year by year, maybe a regiment or a battalion or whatever this is, year by year. But yeah, a lot of fun to do. It was a good break from doing all the field gray and camo and all that other wonderful stuff I've been doing. Next to them is something that's very colorful. These are my Landsknechts. A few of these guys I think you've seen before. These are the Zweihanders. These are also from Warlord Games. I'm just going to move this guy out because these are the ones that I painted recently. So the 3 in the back here, you've seen before. They come in the set together with the halberds. And I just basically did the command, which is also Warlord Games. But yeah, I endeavored to make sure that the guys who look like they're choking up on a baseball bat or on the grip of the sword or like a cricket bat or something, made sure to put them in the front here. And then I got the guys in the back here. As you can see, they sort of have their swords at a shoulder. And these swords, I've seen them in like Solingen, the Klingen Museum. And I gotta tell you, too, I mean, they're like 4 feet long, dude. They could really mess you up if you got hit with one of these. But for the Landsknechts, yeah, same thing. I've got, this is sort of like a forever project. So I still have to do the halberds for these guys. And I have a command, and I have some Renaissance Knights coming from Foundry. Now, when I'll be getting them, that's a whole other, you know, question. I have no idea. Not the foggiest idea. So yeah, this is my Landsknecht guys. I'll put up some stills at the end, so stay tuned for them. And finally, I did mention that I was going to be doing some World War II. My apologies for the technical difficulties there, guys. So, last thing I want to talk to you about today is Becca's command and some bolt action. So, as some of you are probably aware, Paul Becca is a member of our sort of online community here down in Australia. He's diagnosed with cancer. Since then, he has had an operation and he's at home recovering. And Paul, if you're watching, hope your convalescence is going well, and that everything is going well and that you're doing better. So British Legion and Von Ketteringham, I guess I want to say a week ago, it might have been 10 days ago, who knows, the way that our perception of time has changed over the last few weeks. started this command, Becca's command, and I'm going to be doing the Italian paratrooper, the Fulgade paratroopers here. I was lucky enough to pick this box up on my last trip to Tokyo. Sorry about the shine, but it was almost, it was in the neighborhood of about 50% off. And for 22 miniatures plus the mortar, that's a pretty good deal. But like it says here on the box, blah, 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 faced in North Africa, Italy, or on the Russian front. So that kind of leads me into what I'm doing here. So I've been watching a lot of videos of the Becca's commands and the conversions, like On Point HQ did his Warlord games, winner German Stalingrad guys, did some great conversions there. And I've been watching a lot of sort of comic book characters that I've been painting recently by Heresy's Productions, pardon me, and Vic's Miniatures. So I'm a bit of a comic book nerd. As you can see, I brought out the Iron Man cup here for this one. So my idea for these ones are, I'm going to do some conversions. So if you're my age, you probably remember G.I. Joe, and you'll probably remember the October Guard as being the Soviet Union's version of G.I. Joe. So I decided, okay, what I'm going to do with these guys, I want to make them a little bit special, stand out. So I'm going to do sort of like an access version of G.I. Joe. These guys are all going to be Italian. There's not going to be like, you know, Captain Nazi or anything like that in here. But basically, using my love of comics, converting, and World War II and stuff like that, I thought, well, you know, they had Captain America around during World War II, so what if we had something like a Captain Italy or something like that? So I'm something like that crossed over with sort of G.I. Joe, sort of like an elite specialist kind of thing. So that's what I'm looking forward to do with these guys here. So guys, thanks very much. I'll just pan back, show you the painted miniatures here real quick. Thanks again for watching, and everybody have a great weekend, and I hope your projects are going well, and we'll see you next time. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Keep those brushes moving. Bye-bye.